Hey guys, it's your boy Ethereal with the eye, and this will be a short video on how to use the Genshin Impact Calculator. Disclaimer though, I didn't make this and I do not claim anything because this is just a website that I use to calculate my damage for different characters. So I was thinking about new content that I should make, so I was thinking that I may as well cover on this website, right? I'll leave the link down in the description. So basically, right, you can see the UI right here. You have a bunch of other calculators out there, but personally, I use this one because the user interface is very friendly. So I'll just do a quick guide on like just a short guide on like how do you want to use this calculator and such. So you can see here, right? This is actually my browser. I just cut off a little bit of the screen off. Ignore that ad to the left. So this is where your characters are, right? And these are all the stats. So currently we have every character, and I believe the calculator is updated all the way to Raiden, Kokomi, and I believe before the current patch, which we have the Hu Tao banner and Toma running it. So because this calculator is run by like I believe one person on their free time, so if you really enjoy what they use, do support them. Maybe give them some donations or something. But anyways, let's get straight to the point. So you might be thinking, it looks very complex, right? It's actually there's so many numbers everywhere, and there's all these green, fire, green, red, white, gray numbers. What do they mean? Okay, basically, first, if you want to check your damage, right, what you can do is you can move from hover your mouse over here and select all the characters you want to do. So let's say I want to calculate my, let's say you got a Hu Tao this banner, right? Okay, so these are all the stats. So this is the base values. This is the additional values you get from your artifacts and your weapons. And you can see the stats extend from your basic stats, your crits, healing, ER, shield strength, and this is all your bonus attack buffs, and this is all your elemental damage bonus. And then what you can do is that, so let me minimize this. This is your character stats. So you can determine whether they're constellation 0 to constellation 6, and you can unlock more buffs on the right tab. And then this is the level of your character. And let's say your Hu Tao is level 80, right? Now you can see the stats on the left has changed a little bit. So we went from like no HP, no attack to like 15,000 HP, right? And these three are the talent levels for your Hu Tao. So you can just put it up and down no matter how you want. So let's say you have talent level 8 here, your elemental skills level 6, and your burst is level 6. So I'll explain the numbers on the right once I'm done explaining this. And this will be under the weapons section. It's the same as your standard stuff that you've known until now. You can basically select, let's say you can select among the pole arms that you may have. So let's say you're an FTP, you got prototype star glitter, and let's say you have refinement 2 prototype star glitter, right? So what you can do, this is the refinement. Let's say you have level 80 prototype star glitter, and this section is for the passive area. So let's say, okay, prototype star glitter is passive. Normal charge attack, blah, 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 max 2 stacks. You can determine whether you want to activate the passive with 2 stacks. You can see the numbers change a bit, or you can just leave it at none. And then this is the damage calculator. So basically, the damage you see here on the right side are for all your normal attacks, your skill, your reactions, and your burst, etc. And what you can do is, if you want to see the real damage, is you can activate the enemy calculator. You can choose whether they're affected by any sort of element. So let's say you want vaporize, so you want hydro, right? And you can choose any enemies listed here with their own resistance. So let's say I choose a basic Hilichurl. You can see the enemy resistance here. It shows the values for all the different resistances. Oh, apparently you can actually manually decrease it. That's very nice. And of course, you can type in the level. Let's say you're going against a level 85 Hilichurl. And you can see the numbers on the right change. So yeah, this is there's three columns for damage, right? On the right tab, because these three are like separate tabs. So let's look at the right tab. This is where you see your damage numbers out there. So we got, this is the left side. The first column is for your damage if it doesn't crit. The green numbers are for when it crits, and the white numbers are your average DPS. And this section over here is for your normal attack. This one is for the reactions, and this is for your elemental skill, your burst. And then down here would be the character's passive. And of course, there'll be a tab for constellation, and this will be the it will tell you the artifact effects. Say that you're running, she's currently on 4 Gladiator. And if you want to activate certain passive, like when Hu Tao has less than 50% HP, her pyro damage bonus is increased by 33%. You can just click this, and you can see the numbers go up. And let's say you want to activate her skill, right? Which gives her pyro infusion. You can see the numbers here would change into red color to represent pyro. And that's that. So you can kind of see the damage, you know. This is for the normal attacks, the charge attacks, the plunge, skill, etc. and all the different conditions. And that's for the first tab. So if you want to include your artifacts, you can go here. And these are the 5 different slots of artifacts. You can basically select what kind of main stat you want to get or what kind of rarity you have. Or if you're too lazy and assume you have all 5-star, you can just click the max button and it will instantly max the stats of all this. So let's say a generic Hu Tao build will have HP %, Pyro Goblet, and let's say a crit circlet. And you can, and this is before we count the substats. You can see the numbers on the left. The crit is like 3678, right? With 2.2k attack. And you can see the damage numbers on the right change a bit. And if you want to change your artifacts, you can just click this and just browse through all the different names, and you can just see how your damage is. So let's say we go 4-piece Crimson, yeah? So this is the 4th piece, and you can see the numbers change a bit. And this is the 4-piece Crimson bonus. You can select how many of the 4-piece buff you want to get, whether it be like 1, 2, or 3 stacks, and your damage will change a bit. And if you want to go to the extent of putting your artifact substats, you can click this section for each artifact. You can select which substat you have, and you can use this slider to increase the value. Or if you want to make your life easier, you can highlight over this and you can manually type over the number. So let's say I want crit rate, right? And let's say I got 11% crit rate. You can click that, type that here, and then click outside, and you can see that I got 11% more crit rate. And that's that. And for the advanced stuff, the last few parts before I end, this is the party buff section, where all of these are the elemental resonance buff if you want to include a team. And this is for things like Superconduct, and this is for all the other buffs like Beidou or Bennett Burst, Chong Yun, and it goes all the way down to every other character. You can just put in the numbers manually, and some artifact buffs, weapon buffs, and you can even manually input your own food, I believe. They would actually tell you. I haven't used the food buff, but yeah, that's basically the point. And then the advanced stuff, this is some things that you don't really, if you want to get into it, it's up to you, because I've never gotten into it. So that's that. And if you were to if you want to go even further and say you put all these numbers, but you want to show your friends, but you don't have the, you don't know how. So essentially, the place where you select your character, right? Or also you can add another slot so that you can, do multiple characters if you want to do comparisons for damage and stuff for the builds. So if you want to save your build here, first of all, you have to log in. Obviously, there should be an option to log in around here if you don't have an account. Or you can just log in with your Google, I believe. And then you can do a few fancy things like let's say you want to do damage comparisons. You can right click the character tab and copy to empty slot. And then you can just change your build here and then look at the damage. Or you can, of course, delete one slot to get rid of that. And if you're logged in, you can right click and you can save as, and you can save these builds. If you're a free user with an account, you can only save up to 5 builds, I believe. So if you want to put new one, you need to delete the older ones, unless you go premium. I don't know how much premium works. I don't know how much a premium costs for this kind of stuff, but yeah. And I guess I'll close it all off. If you're wondering how to share a build, let's say you load a build, right? This is my current Hu Tao, pretty stacked. So you right click on the character tab, share build, and then you can enter description, so people can click on your link to see what description we have, or you can just share build without description. Then what that does is that it will open a new tab. You guys can't see it, but it's fine. This will open a new tab where you can either click the copy share ID, or you can click on this link, and then the link will be copied to your clipboard. And now you can share this to your friends and whoever you want to share it to, and they can just go back in. They can copy this link and click the link, and they'll be led to this exact page with this exact artifact stats. And so yeah, it's not really a promo. I'm not really sponsored to do this. I just kind of want to do a quick guide on how this entire thing works. It's 10 minutes, a bit longer, and not monetized, by the way. Yeah, I hope this reaches more people in the Genshin Impact community. If you ever need more, if you need to see how much damage you want to do, or you want to decide whether is it worth crowning, triple crowning Hu Tao and stuff, you can always go for this calculator. I'll leave the links down in the description below. And so yeah, that's the end of the video. There's no ending. If you want to say hi, ask me more questions, follow me. There's actually no follow, but you can always click the subscribe button. But if you really want to get into contact with me, just join my small Discord. It's currently a small community of like 4 or 5 people, and I also do stream, so I'll leave a link to that to my Twitch channel down in the description. So yeah, hope you guys found this helpful. All right, see y'all.